In a small, dusty village, nestled between the desert's edge and a thick forest of tamarind trees, there lived a girl named Aliyah. She was not an ordinary girl. By the age of 10, she had committed the entire Qur'an to memory, becoming a Hafiza, a living carrier of Allah's sacred words. Her recitation was like a river of light, flowing with sweetness, calm, and a rare power that moved even the coldest hearts. Aliyah's parents were humble people. Her father, Imam Zahid, was the village imam, known for his righteousness, and her mother, Amna, was a quiet woman who spent her days helping the poor and teaching young girls how to read and pray. They lived a life of simplicity, their only treasure being their daughter, whose piety and modesty were the pride of the entire village. It was said by many that Aliyah's soul had something special, a nur, a divine light. She would often pray alone in the quiet hours before Fajr, her forehead pressed to the earth, her whispers carried by the wind to the heavens. But Allah's most beloved are often tested, the hard as one evening. As the Maghrib prayer concluded and the last rays of the sun vanished beyond the horizon, a group of travelers arrived in the village with disturbing news. A wild lion had escaped from a traveling caravan of exotic animals. It had last been seen roaming near the forest that bordered Aliyah's village. Panic spread. People locked their doors, children were kept inside, and guards were posted near the mosque and the madrasa. But Aliyah remained calm. "No creature moves without the will of Allah," she told her worried mother. That night, as thunderclouds gathered and rain lashed against rooftops, something strange happened. Aliyah had gone to the backyard to retrieve her prayer mat that had been left outside. A flash of lightning split the sky, and in that moment, she saw it. A lion, massive and golden-eyed, standing no more than 10 feet from her, its wet fur glistening in the storm. She froze. The beast let out a low growl that made the ground beneath her tremble. Amna screamed from inside, but couldn't reach her in time. What happened next was nothing short of a miracle. Instead of pouncing, the lion sat down. It lowered its head as if in submission. Its breathing slowed. Aliyah, trembling but composed, began to recite Ayatul Kursi. "Allah, there is no deity except Him, the ever-living, the sustainer of all existence." The lion let out a soft whimper and bowed its head, its tail motionless. The rain stopped. The wind quieted. Aliyah, the Hafiza of Qur'an, had tamed the beast. Not with chains, not with swords, but with the word of Allah. The next few minutes felt like eternity. The villagers, hearing Amna's scream, rushed toward Aliyah's home with torches and sticks, expecting the worst. But what they saw stunned them into silence. There, in the open courtyard under a darkening sky, stood a soaked, shivering lion. And in front of it, calm and unafraid, stood young Aliyah, her hand gently raised as if commanding silence. She continued to recite the Holy Qur'an in a voice pure and unwavering. As the verse ended, the lion did something no one expected. It lay down, not in attack, but like a humble servant. It placed its head on its front paws, its eyes closed. It was at peace. The Imam, her father Zahid, felt his legs go weak. Tears rolled down his cheeks. "Subhanallah," he whispered. "This is no ordinary lion. This is a sign." The villagers wanted to kill the lion or chase it away. But Aliyah pleaded, "No, don't harm it. I feel as if Allah has sent it for a reason." They named the lion Rahim, meaning the merciful, for despite his power, he had shown mercy. The lion refused to leave. He followed Aliyah everywhere, sitting outside the madrasa as she taught younger girls, walking behind her from a distance as she went to the well, even sleeping under the tree near her window at night. But he never harmed anyone, not even a chicken. Scholars from nearby towns came to witness this strange relationship. Some called it divine, others a mystery. But those who listened to Aliyah speak knew. This lion responded not to her, but to the Qur'an that lived within her heart. She would recite Surah Ar-Rahman to him under the tree, and he would close his eyes and purr softly, like a child being comforted. But Allah's plans are deeper than our understanding. One night, Aliyah had a dream. She saw herself in a vast desert, her village behind her and a mountain in front. She climbed it alone, but at the peak, there was a gate of fire. Behind it, she heard cries of people in pain, women screaming, children wailing. A lion stood beside her in the dream, Rahim, but he was no longer calm. He roared at the gate, trying to tear it down. Then she saw a man, old, cloaked in white, his face shining with light. He spoke without moving his lips. "You carry the light of the Qur'an, Aliyah. But will you carry it into the fire?" She woke up in sweat. Her heart thundered. When she told her father, he turned pale. "A test is coming," he whispered. "A great test." 2 days later, a terrible thing happened. A merchant's caravan was attacked in the forest. The attackers were a group of bandits, cruel men who feared neither God nor man. They raided villages, stole from the poor, and kidnapped girls to sell into slavery. They entered Aliyah's village at night, masked and armed. The people tried to resist, but they were too strong. Fires broke out. Men were beaten. Women cried. The bandits took 7 girls, including Aliyah. Rahim fought like a beast possessed. He clawed and roared, killing 2 of the bandits, but a poisoned spear hit his leg, and he collapsed. As Aliyah was dragged into the forest, she didn't scream. She clutched her small Qur'an to her chest and whispered, "Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil." Allah is sufficient for us, and He is the best disposer of affairs. The bandits tied the girls near a cave deep in the forest. They laughed, drank, and prepared to move them by dawn. Aliyah didn't cry. She sat calmly, eyes closed, reciting Surah Yasin. The other girls, terrified, clung to her. That night, something strange happened. One of the bandits, the leader, a tall man named Jumail, who had a reputation for cruelty, heard a voice, a soft, echoing recitation of the Qur'an. He walked toward the cave and saw Aliyah sitting alone, bathed in moonlight, whispering verses. His hands trembled. He screamed, "Shut up, girl!" She stopped and looked at him. "Even you were born innocent," she said calmly. "Your mother must have prayed over you once." His heart shook. "Silence!" he shouted, but his hands wouldn't raise. That night, Jumail couldn't sleep. He saw visions, fire, chains, screams, and Aliyah, glowing with light, walking through the fire unharmed. He woke up, sweating, and he cried. At dawn, the forest trembled. A roar echoed through the trees, loud, furious, full of divine rage. Rahim was coming. His wound bled, but he ran like a force of nature. Something had awakened inside him. Some say it was Allah's will. Others say it was the Qur'an calling through Aliyah's heart. He attacked without mercy. One by one, the bandits fell. Jumail, instead of running, fell to his knees and begged Aliyah, "Forgive me. Please. Pray for me." She did. Rahim didn't touch Jumail. He simply stood over him, breathing heavily, as if protecting him from his own past. The girls were freed. The villagers arrived soon after, and the sun rose like never before. Thanks for watching. Video and subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos.